Hi everyone, welcome to our first class inside of the Power BI Desktop 2. So, what we are going to do today is to learn a little bit about the interface and see everything that we can do with this amazing tool. So, let's start. I hope you all have your Power BI Desktop opened with me and we can try things together. So here on the top left, we have the pages of File, Home, Insert, Modeling, View, Optimize, and Help. You will navigate a lot through all of this, and I will show a little bit of every part so we can pass through everything together. So here is where you are going to save your files, and you also can get data here, import, export, or publish. Something that you guys are going to see is that you can do the same thing in different places here on the interface. So you will see that you can create a measure here, but you can also create here. So it's about your preference. Where do you want to create things or do some modification? It depends, because there are some stuff that you will only do on the modeling page, but there are things that you can do in different parts. Okay, so here in the home we have the data, get data. Here we have all the data sources that Power BI can connect. You see that we have a big range of data source. The most common, like I said to you guys, will be the Excel workbook, the SQL database, or also the API. The API, you will see that we are going to connect through the Power Query. It's not true here, but you see that here you can have file types, database, all kinds of database, any type, NoSQL database, SQL database, MySQL, Oracle. So depending on the client that you are working, you will see that they might have different database. So it's important for us to know how to connect to all kinds of database and to get comfortable with that and make sure you give some experience to the client as well. But guys, don't worry, you will see that this is something that you are going to learn when you are doing, since there are a lot of database types and you won't be able to know about everything all the time. So if you get a client with a client or a project with a different database, uh, you will find a tutorial where you can learn how to connect it. But the most common will be the SQL server from the Microsoft, the MySQL, and the number one, Oracle. It's the most common database type. Okay. We also have the Microsoft Fabric. Remember when I told you guys that Microsoft, they have a bunch of infrastructure and back-end solutions. So uh, in the data environment, you can create a lot of different data sources through this Fabric infrastructure, depending on the challenge or the problem that you are dealing with. So you have the semantic models. We will see a little bit of this. The data flows, data marts, warehouses, which is where you store your data on the cloud, the lake houses, where the data keep passing through it, and also the QQL database. So these are all kinds of Fabric data source that you can use. You also have Power Platform, Azure, which is most of this is clouds, okay, cloud database, and also some online services you can connect straight to the Power BI. You see, you have some big names here. because for example, imagine that GitHub's it has an API. You can connect through the API, but they also have it ready here for you, so you can just like connect through here. Okay, and they have a lot of data types here, data source that we can connect, and we will see the most populars on this course. All right. Well, for the next part here that it's important for you guys to know, it's this enter data, where you see you can create tables. So there will be some cases that you need to create some categories. For example, imagine that you have your data source, but you want to create another table so you can filter the first one. So imagine that we have a table like the sales, but we don't have any that we don't have any salespersons in our database. So it might be a problem, right? But we can solve it manually through creating tables inside of Power BI. You are going to use it if it's something quick and that you need to do fast. Okay, so just make sure you know this exists. You can always do outside on the Excel, but Power BI gives us this option here as well. All right, so we have this option of create table when we need to create something small and fast to complement our data, and especially for filtering data. All right, let's keep going here, guys. It's the Power Query environment. So we are not going to go through this right now because we will have a special class just for Power Query, since it is a very, very, very important part of Power BI. Okay. Well, this refresh button is also very important. What this is going to do? Well, imagine that you have a spreadsheet that you connected, and it is connected here to your Power BI, and you have some visuals here, a dashboard, and you are working with that. And imagine this same spreadsheet, it's online, and your boss or your client, it's always making modifications to it, and sometimes you need to update the data so you can test or you can show to him or her what you're doing. So you can use this refresh button to create an update right now when you press the button. Okay. For these buttons here, guys, uh, the most important one here is going to be the text box. Most of the visuals, they will have like titles, but if you want to add a text separately, you can use through here. Here you have some font types and all kinds of text configurations that you have. And about this new visual and the more visuals, it's not that useful, since we are going to see that we will use it everything here. Okay. The same thing for the measures. We are going to learn here in the course, guys, what is a measure, which is basically the the place that we are going to write our codes. So here we're going to write code that solve our problems. So you see here that we have a lot of functions, different functions for a problem that you want to solve. You have mathematical and statistics functions as well, and context change functions. And this is where we will write. So you can see that you can write a measure here or here as well. So if you click with the right button on any table, you will see that you have a lot of options, like a new measure here, right here. Okay. So the publish button, it's important because, like I said in the beginning of the course, you are not going to show your final project to your client or to your final user through the Power BI desktop. Power BI desktop, it's the tool that we're going to use to build and transform our data. But when you want to show it to someone, or even just present that, or if you have a lot of people that are going to use your dashboard, you will need to publish, and here is where we are going to do it. Okay, and going to the next part, the most used uh, buttons here that you have is the text button, the buttons that you can use to do some automations. We are going to learn about this right here, and some shapes. Okay, these other parts, they are useful, but not as much. Okay, here on the modeling we have the manage relationships. We're going to see this when we do a project, that sometimes we don't want all the visuals to interact with each other, so we can use that to change the interactions. And also you can do that between the tables. um, Here, this specific one, it's about if you want to check which table is interacting with the others, you can check it through this button. It's more useful if we use here, but I will show you guys. Okay, here we also have again the measure buttons, the table one. Here, for example, if we want to create a date table, which is very important when you have a real world project where you need to have a table so you can check the dates, we can create through here, and we are going to do that as well. Parameters, they're very important for us if you want to create a personalized filter, or you have, for example, two groups of measures and you want to create a filter that you choose between them. You can use parameter, and it might be complicated to see, but imagine that you have two tables that you want to calculate the same thing. You have a table that is for sales, and you have another table that they are for example, customer relationship, and you have a measure that works for both of them, but you want to differentiate when you were using the first one or the second one. For that, you can use a parameter, and with the parameter, you will be able to choose between a group of measures, and it's a very personalized tool. There are a lot of things that you can do with the parameter. Here we have the role system. It's about the RLS, the row level security, and you can use that to determine and which person can see each part of your dashboard. So, for example, if your regional sales manager, you don't want him to see the data for the whole country, you can add a limit and a role for him, so he will just see like the sales page of the dashboard and just his sales, for example. Okay, here on the view we have the colors. You can create uh, themes for your dashboard, and I want to show you guys a very nice tool about that, which is the Adobe Color. This, guys, is a very useful tool for when you are working with Power BI. Let's check it out. Here, if you have, for example, your client logo, let's get a logo here. Uh, for example, let me think. I don't know. Google Google logo. Let's get the Google logo. If you get the Google logo, and let's just download it. very quick. Google to ease, and let's come here. And if you want to extract a theme, you can select the file here. Let's add our Google file. And this is going to extract the colors of the logo and help you to create a beautiful theme for your Power BI report. It's pretty cool, right? Uh, when we were doing professional dashboards for companies, they usually want the graphics to be as the same colors as their logos. So this is very, very important, okay? You also have an explore tab and where you can write things for, so for example, water. If you write water, it's going to show you some colors related to that. And this is a very useful tool for the design side of the Power BI. Not only the measures and the calculations are important, but also the design of your solution. It's important for you to have a good design that people want to use it. It's a very useful tool. Okay, let's come back here to Power BI. Bookmarks. Uh, we are going to use it to capture. It's like taking a photo of the of your Power BI. So, for example, imagine that you want a button for the user to click and refresh all the filters that you have in your dashboard. We are going to use bookmarks to do that. Or imagine that you want to have a default date for your dashboard, a button that the person is going to click there and go to the default date. We are going to use bookmarks. And we can also use them combined with selection. Imagine, for example, that you want to have a button in your dashboard that you're going to alternate between two visuals. For example, a table and a graphic, and you have a button saying table and another one saying graphic, and you can click on them and alternate. So your user uh, has a better experience with your dashboard. Okay, so guys, that was the part one of our class. I see you on the next one.